the Wednesday night info show. The Enya Nova Go SP-1. Now, some people don't consider this to be a mini, so I thought I would show you. It is approximately the same size as an Epiphone Power Player Les Paul. So, it has the right scale length and the right body size, so here we go. Retail on these is about $280. Now, I didn't pay that because unlike my decision to buy the Epiphone Power Player Les Paul, I got on the bandwagon early and didn't suffer from, oh, I'm going to miss it syndrome. I paid a little over $200 for mine, and then I immediately abused it. Basically, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you can find one of these. They are on the internet in all kinds of different places. They're even available through a different name on the Harley Benton website if you don't want to deal with Amazon. I've seen these for sale locally, used and in resale shops online for about $250 that are in excellent shape. And to be honest with you, I'm not real sure what you can do to this to lessen its good shape. Now, tail of the tape, it is made of carbon fiber. It has a fixed bridge with internal electronics that are rechargeable through a USB port in the back. It restrings like any guitar that uses the peg hole acoustic. It has a 1.65 inch wide nut and a 0 fret. Has 20 frets. It's a little over 23 inches in scale. And to put that into perspective, there are only 2 acoustic guitars that have a nut width that's similar or smaller to this. One is the Enya Nova Go Mini, which uses the same components, and the other is a Piccolo Ibanez acoustic guitar. It feels much more like an electric than an acoustic. Now, don't get me wrong. The acoustic sound of it is kind of its weak point. But the sound through a PA, through my Fishman amp, or run direct into the computer, it's really good. If I had to play an acoustic gig, I would take my Taylor Baby, the Jim Dandy, or especially the GS Mini over this one. But the surprise to me was, given the volume that comes out of this, if I had to take one, I would take the Mini version. It's not that much quieter. Acoustic only, this is a great tool for writing. It's an incredible thing to have with you for practice, and if you're camping or doing outdoor travel, you can carry it with you. But as an acoustic, even for the price between $200 and $280, there are a lot of other guitars that are worthy of your time and your dimes. But plugged in, it is entirely a different thing. I've used this for recordings, particularly when I was going to use a lot of other instruments because it's easier to fool with in a mix than my GS Mini. My GS Mini tends to be very full through the EQ, and so I have a lot of overlap with frequencies. This tends to be very clear. It's a little more compact. It's a little more concise as far as the frequency response goes. And one of the nice things about the app is you can get into it and tune the effects out of it as far as the reverb, the delay, the fusion sound, and those kind of things. It's a really good alternative to my other plug-in guitars, which is why if I'm going to record an acoustic guitar with other instruments, this is the first one I reach for. It has a very good tone, but the most important thing is its playability. Quite frankly, things are easier on this than they would be on the GS Mini. So I can do more with it, especially when it comes to lead licks. The other nice thing about it is the consistency of it. Once you set up your recording software and everything the way you like it, you're not going to have to change it over the time. This is going to give you a consistent response. It is a great studio guitar to have. Now, the neck feel is very similar to my American Strat, actually. It's a bit thin with a bit of a shallow bowl to it as far as the body is concerned, but it will slip around on your clothes. It's a little slick if you're not paying attention. Strap peg location, Think very, very light single coil guitar. It's pretty obvious from the shape of it, the guitar that they copped the style from, if you take a good look at it. Now, one of my favorite comments that another reviewer made is that they don't trust any guitar that advertises that it comes with a strap and a cable. Really? Yet we trust guitars that advertise a truss rod adjustment tool all the time. At least a strap and a cable say, hey, you know, out of the box, this thing's probably going to be very playable. This one was. It was almost in tune. It doesn't say, well, you know, out of the box, it might need a pretty serious adjustment, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're actually going to make it worse. See, that's not a big concern with this guitar because it is carbon fiber. It does have a truss rod, but you don't necessarily need it out of the box. Now, the drawbacks from this, that's where it gets fun. You are probably not going to show up at the Bluegrass Festival and set the world on fire with the latest Billy Strings cover. In fact, if people see you get out of the car with this, they may ask you to leave. For an acoustic guitar, it's kind of a punk acoustic guitar just by having it. So you might as well go ahead and get the pink or the green or the white. I kind of regret getting the black now after I found out some people responded to the way I played it in public. Like I should be ashamed of it. The truth is, I kind of wish I had gotten that mint green one, which is why when I got the second Mini, I went ahead and got it in white. Now here is a list of all of the mods that I have done to this guitar since I got it. I've changed the strings, and that's it. That's the end of the list. It did come with the aforementioned 1/4-inch cable. It also comes with a USB charging station, a spare set of strings, an Allen key to adjust the truss rod, and an actual usable gig bag, which cracks me up for a carbon fiber guitar. I guess it's trying to keep dust off the strings. Now, if you haven't seen the torture test I filmed last year, feel free to take a look. I'll leave a link in the description. Basically, I put this thing in a hot car for hours. I left it in the shower to see if the humidity would change it, and it barely knocked it out of tune. Now, would I give this thing as a gift if I liked the person? Absolutely. If I knew that they weren't going to have a problem with the fact that it's not a traditional guitar, definitely. And if it were to be stolen, I would replace it almost immediately. This is a true workhorse. It's a pleasure to play. It doesn't sound nearly as bad as everybody says that it does. And in my experience, it's been a valuable tool to use here in the studio. The Enya Nova Go SP-1. That's the story of it. Now like, share, comment, subscribe, enjoy. Thank you.